All right. Well, if you guys are into history and cool historic houses and cheap living, I have the town for you. Monroe, North Carolina. It's right down the road from me. Um, Couple of things about this town. This is cool. This is near the courthouse. This is the new courthouse. They have the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. It's kind of neat. The great thing about Monroe is there are so many turn of the century from there's so much Queen Anne, Greek Revival architecture. This right here is the Belk Mansion. I'll talk about that in just a second. That's owned by a friend of mine, a realtor. It's an event space. Awesome house. There's so many houses like this that are around, and they're actually not that expensive. Lots of Greek revival, Queen Anne, all of that. And you'll see a lot of that here in Monroe, and for pretty inexpensive prices too. So the deal with Monroe was it had a boom when the railroads came in, and they came in from it was kind of an intersection there where the railroad came in from Wilmington, and I think went on to Charlotte, went in Atlanta. It was a boom because from about 1870, I'm not exactly sure the exact date. I think a tour right in that area, all the way up to about the 1930s. Look at this house. Monroe boomed, and then there was kind of a bust after that. I don't know if it's bust, but it didn't boom after that. But in a way, that was a blessing. I think it's a lot like Charleston, where because Charleston was this beautiful city. The Civil War happened, and then you know it was kind of the economic situation was pretty dire there for quite a while. And then when it started coming back, people realized, like, hey, these historical houses are worth saving. We should save them. And that's why his Charleston is such a beautiful city. I feel like Monroe is a little bit like that right here in the Piedmont. There's a lot of historical houses that, I mean, I hate to say it, but if they would have continued to stay in a boom, they probably would have got tore down for new houses. But by the time the economy started doing well again, which it is, they're like, hey, we should save these historical houses. So Monroe, North Carolina, is in Union County, same county that I live in. Moving to Monroe offers a high quality of life with a cost of living that is 19% below the U.S. average, allowing for more affordable and larger homes and land. Now, you don't have to have an historical house. These are all downtown. There's also a lot of housing, newer houses around, but Monroe is the county seat, so to speak. And that picture that you saw was the old courthouse, which is kind of the historical one, and then the new courthouse. Um, Exceptional affordability and housing rate, lower cost of living. Housing expenses are 22% less than the national average, making it a budget friendly option compared to nearby suburbs. Bang for your buck. Residents can find larger, more affordable, and historic homes on bigger lots compared to tighter, more expensive, and high traffic areas closer to Charlotte. Low property taxes. Union County generally offers lower property taxes than neighboring Mecklenburg County. Small town charm with big city access. Um, Close proximity to Charlotte. Charlotte is the 15th to 20th largest city, depending on how far you set out the boundaries. Um, the Carolina Panthers, the Charlotte Hornets, major job market, professional sports and entertainment. Historic downtown featured revitalized Main Street, American District, unique shops, retail restaurants, and historic 1800 Victorian courthouse. That's it right there, as you see. It was built in 1880. I was just there. I think, what is it, 86, I think. They've got a lot of murals, as you can see, the sunflower one here, and they're all over town. It's just, it's still a little bit of a secret and great. I mean, at some point, this thing's going to get really expensive because too many people are going to find out about it. It's like a little secret right now. But there's lots of festivals, events, and a welcoming atmosphere. Highly rated schools. Monroe boasts above average public schools, making it popular choice for families. Safe suburbs. and there's the new courthouse. So I live in Weddington, which is a suburb. There's Weddington, Waxhaw, all suburbs. Oh, here's the Science Center. This is really neat. Um, Monroe has a lot to offer, man. It is like a little secret. It's still inexpensive, but it won't stay that way. So I want to go back to you saw the Belk Mansion there originally. Belk's was started in Monroe. There were two brothers, and one of the Belks lived there, John Belk, and his house is an event space. It's owned by a realtor that I know. There's a pub downtown, lots of beer and whatnot to go. And if you could see this kind of green and white building here on the corner, that was the original Belk's. If you live in the Southeast, I am sure you're familiar with Belk stores. It was run by the Belk family for years. I think just got sold. I don't know the exact year, but I think it's been within the last 10 years. Um, there's a cool little downtown. There's a cat place where you can go and I think you get coffee and pet cats or something. Lots of cool little downtown pizza places, coffee places, beer places. It's just a cool. It's almost like a time capsule. I'm surprised that Hollywood hasn't filmed a movie here because you see the old theater there. You could almost change out all the cars and make it like 1950s. I took a tour at Monroe once, and I'm trying to remember what he was telling me about this house. And there's a little bar there, um, but it's like stepping back in time. And man, if you were into history or the old, you know, here's a Greek revival, Queen Anne. I'm not sure which one. Like I said, they hit a boom in the late 1800s, and there was a lot of money in Monroe at that time, and a lot of these houses are still around, and you can pick them up. I mean, if they were sitting somewhere else, they would be zillions of dollars. Um, Here's the historic courthouse. When I took that tour, they told me that at the time that they felt like they should build this courthouse. This is on every Monroe. It was on the phone book. Every Union County phone book and everything. That they should build a courthouse, for people getting off the train. It should be impressive. In 1970, they were contemplating tearing that courthouse down, and I'm sure glad they didn't because it's a cool building. Again, there's some downtown restaurants, lots of eclectic stores, um, lots of places to drink beer and coffee. The uppers or downers, whichever ones you need. Um, but Monroe, North Carolina, is a hidden gem. Um, but anyway, let me go back to Belk. Belk was started by these two brothers, um, and one of them was a doctor, and that was the one that lived here, and the other one lived in Charlotte. They had all these stores in the southeast, and they sold just a couple of years ago. But their imprint is all over Monroe, North Carolina, and yeah, like I said, it's just a cool place to live. Still relatively inexpensive, very close to Charlotte. Um, and the railroads are what made this a really boom town in the 1800s. And then I think they were followed by a bust soon after that, which was a blessing in disguise, just like Charleston. I call this Charleston of the Piedmont because there's so many historic houses and so many historic buildings that are still there. Yeah, I think this is going to be the end of the video.